Hello, what does it mean to count your blessing? I have talked about counting your blessing several times in several videos, but in this video in particular, I'm going to talk about counting my own blessings within the year 2021. So stay on and let's get started. If we haven't met before, my name is Beatrice Yakubu. I am the founder of Simply Family Business, and myself and my daughters, we help you build fun, fruitful family business so that you get to live the life that you desire and the life that you deserve. How do I know that? That is what I did with my children, and indeed, I'm on a mission to help you as a parent to do the same. If you are watching this on YouTube, I would say that, like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, because in 2022, I am also on a mission to get this message across to as many families as possible. And the more subscribers I have, the better the chances of making this possible. Now, let's get back to the video in terms of what has been the highlights of my 2021. When we started 2021, my daughters had just released their courses, which is Monetize Your Passion and Insta Influencer. And we were riding on high to start with, as they say. But then again, they always say that in business, you know, trouble will come the way. We don't call them trouble, actually, we call them challenges. I learned that when I started business, because if you're in a corporate world, you always talk about, problems or troubles. But in business, is described as challenges because that gets your mind to be thinking of how you can get past it rather than saying problems, which means a stumbling block. So what was the challenge? The challenge was that our course was built on a borrowed membership site. And indeed, I'm just sounding this to let you know that if you ever build a course, if you ever build a program, don't do that. Don't share with anyone, because that can really set you back, with no shaming on this person, because she had to also look after her finances and how this was actually benefiting her. But indeed, she was kind enough to say, put your course on my platform. And then as soon as we did it, things changed for her. And well, we had to move the course. Can you even imagine? So my girls spent another 2 months, doing this, moving it to a different platform. And under the second lockdown, was it third lockdown? I can't even remember how many lockdowns that we've had so far. So, that took some time. And in the meantime, I was heavily on this area of actually building my social media platforms and building social media presence and getting people to understand the importance of social media for their businesses. So as we went on, it took us up to May, when I then started having these questions of people asking me, how do you work with your children? Because that's what I do. And also the fact that the girls were online and speaking on stages, various stages, just sharing the message. And some of the stages that they actually did share the message was Omega Live TV, which is a Ghanaian owned TV in London, Unique Women, which is an amazing network of women, Christian women, who are also entrepreneurial or who have the zeal to actually empower themselves and their children. They also spoke in Amazing Parents Gem. Amazing Parents Gems is a platform. That's the group that I had joined as a parent, and then brought my children along. Run by Donnie and amazing. There can't be any other name for Amazing Parents Gems rather than amazing, and several others actually in terms of speaking. And then so around about May, that was around May, I had this idea about starting the business as a family business, because people were asking how I could help them with their children. And then so I decided to explore the opportunity. In fact, how did I even get this idea? I remember going on LinkedIn and I chatting with someone, and then she went obviously you then ask, what do you do? What do you do? And things like that. And then as I explained, she says, have you ever thought about actually bringing this out, to help parents? And then so after that, it was like a snowball effect, so to speak, having parents asking. And then so getting to know about the idea, or getting to actually think about the idea deeply, was something I couldn't do myself. So this is what I just want to say, because I've done a video somewhere talking about don't confuse investment with expenses. When I started the year 2021, I said I wasn't going to invest in anything because I had invested. So for 2017, 2018, 2019, I was just investing. So 2020, I did not invest. 2021, I said, no, I'm not going to invest until I'm making a certain amount of income per month. And come May, yeah, it was May, I had this idea and I had to reach out to my now mentor, Nettie B, of Power of Coaching. And then after the conversation, it was like a no-brainer for me to invest, because you have to invest if you want to grow. You have to invest, and this is just a word for you. There's no free lunch, as the saying goes. If you want to grow, you need to invest to make this happen. So of course, that's what I had to do. And guess what? That just was number one. When Nettie said this is a God idea, it's just, are you even kidding? This is not just a good idea, it's a God idea. And I cannot forget that phrase. So joining Nettie has been incredible. And because how to get this model together, Simply Family Business, it wasn't, I didn't have that to start with. And working with the acronym Simply was what she taught me to do. And indeed, that is what we are now as a business, a family owned business, helping other parents to do the same. So we launched in August, which was exciting. And again, my daughters were invited to Pastor Buki's program, which is amazing. Okay, before even then, I was invited for an award, which is called a Role Models Award by Women of Substance, run by Caroline Balola. And I had the opportunity of sharing my story on her stage as well. So that was wonderful. Sometimes you start these things and you don't even know where the blessings come, in terms of people just listening and seeing the progression of how you are changing the lives of other people, or how you're just sharing your journey and empowering and inspiring others. So then afterwards, the girls were invited again to speak on Pastor Buki's platform. And indeed, once they were speaking, boom, Pastor, uh, Pastor Flory saw them, and she was excited because, as she was explaining, so Pastor Flory is the leader of Godly Women of Substance, and she also has been running award nights for several years. So it was great to. I didn't know her then, but she just reached out to Pastor Buki, and then before we knew it, the girls were chosen, and they had their amazing award. But even then, even before then, just shortly before then, Vanessa, my daughter, had the opportunity of speaking with as a representative of representing her school, her college, to speak for diversity and STEM and all those things, include girls inclusion and so on and so forth. That was exciting, because to know that through all that we've been doing has set her on a place or pedestal for her to powerfully communicate and get a message across for people to actually understand. Because when she went for this program, I had to go with her, because I just wanted to there to support her, even though she protested. But I still did go, because I just wanted to be there to make sure that she was okay. So we did. And the people that were there, I mean, I like business, this, what do you call them, the blue companies, the multi-million-dollar companies and leaders, were part of this congregation, and it was amazing to see this young girl walk across the floor and just delivered deliver her speech without notes, without anything. It was just amazing, and I can only credit that to the fact that we've been doing this, or she has been trained, over a couple of years now to talk to people. And that's why I always invite you as a parent, get your children talking, and you cannot do that if you yourself you are not involved. It's not okay for you to just say the children should go and do. They will not do anything if you just allow them to go. You need to be involved. So that was great. And then, that dinner was amazing with godly women of substance. We had red carpet and all that. That, was incredible. Even also, one of the things that happened within the year was my support for my eldest daughter, Blessing. So, Blessing, her passion is acting. And again, as a young girl, I have always sent her to or supported her. Stagecoach, the Bull Theatres, uh, she did Frozen, acted as Elsa in Frozen, Peter Pan, all those things she's done in her, in schooling, and because that's what she likes to do. So she had the opportunity to do extras in a Bollywood movie, and it was far away when I looked at it. It was a 3-day thing that she had to go, and it just felt like it was in no man's land. And I said, you know what, I will come with you because I work online and I can always do my work with my computer, laptop, I would say. So, and once she mentioned that to one of the leaders, they said, "Oh, we need more people. Your mom can join." So that was my first, my first movie debut, being an extra. It was interesting to see. It's not for me, I would say, unfortunately, because there's a lot of time, spent and just hanging about. Which I am an action taker. I'm not used to that. But it was exciting, and also to support my daughter is amazing. Again, as a parent, I want to believe that when your child is doing things that they love, give them your support, because by supporting them, they get to kind of understand. Not only does it create a bigger bond, or a greater bond with you, but also wherever they go, they just know that mom will always be there for me, and for me that is quite important. So, last but not the least is our second launch of the Simply Business, which we did launch again, and we had amazing response. What has this all taught me within the year? In fact, in 2020, I digressed, and this is what I want. I mean, if you're listening to me, you certainly have an interest in business of what, so one business or another, or of its kind. But when you start a business, sometimes it doesn't work straight away. And just like any other thing else, because you have been promised or you have been told that, when you invest this, this will happen. Of course, it happens, but it will also require your time to be able to put in the work to make it happen. So for me, when it wasn't happening quick enough, I jumped into the bank wagon on financial education, and spent 1 year educating people on money. And as I say, this wasn't the caliber of people I wanted to work with. So one thing about life is that you are free to do whatever you choose if you decide to, because you don't have to work with people that you don't want to work with. And so, run about towards the end of 2020, I decided that no, I needed to support my girls to launch their course, and then that moved us into them launching the course in November, and then promoting it to the early part of 2022, 2021, I mean. And then obviously 2021 has been, I would say, the greatest year as far as my life, as far as my business, as far as just feeling contented in my life is concerned. I just want to say that, I'm not, this is not about me saying it so that you are happy for me. It is about me saying it so that you look into your life and think, what did 2020 bring to me and in my family? Yes, sometimes there are challenges, but just look at the positive side of things that has been good or that were good in 2020 and write them down, because usually there's a saying that when you are grateful for the little things, bigger things will happen. And that is my expectation for you. That is my wish for you, desire for you, and my prayer for you. So thank you so much for listening. If you have listened this far, like the video, comment on it, and indeed subscribe to my YouTube channel. I cannot wait to come your way once again. Peace. Take care.